Mickety, Mickety, mic check. Excuse me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back at it. Uh, I forget what act this is. Five, maybe, right? I think four, four, five. think it's, I think it's five. And so right now we are going to see. I mean, Righteous Fire still doesn't feel like it's falling off in terms of damage, but I will say that it's getting a little bit unsustainable in terms of regeneration. So we're surviving the damage that RF is doing, but anytime we take additional damage, we feel it. Right? And obviously that's a problem. And for the guide, I want to make sure that it's a clean swap. So I'm not giving people, well, maybe you can last this long, or maybe you can last this long. So I'm thinking it might be better to say once you make it to the Act 5 town that we stop this shit. So mind you, this is with running. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. At this point, this is with running both Purity of Fire and Purity of Elements. So let's take it off the bar. Well, hold on. What do we get here? Do we get another regen then? Tell you what. The thing is, I'm trying to not compare it to what the regen on the in-game rejuve totem is going to be, because that's what I'm used to playing. This is more regen still than any other build we'd be playing at the moment, right? But I feel like as long as we're honest, we'll be okay. So what we'll do is put it in the notes that, hey, this is the point where I turned it off, but it's very doable, right? People would be playing on a chieftain, they'd still be running it. So and I don't know how much more regen you'd be getting on a chieftain. Holy Flame Totems supposed to make? Yeah, they do. I was like, aren't they supposed to be making consecrated ground? I just didn't see the buff. You know what? The other thing to remember, I haven't been upgrading my weapon at all. Yeah. Okay. So I did not realize that this is a worst damage numbers possible scenario right now. Made exactly zero effort to change out this amulet. I mean, this weapon. Fuck. Of course, you're fire and ignite resistant. Devador, because now that I'm like, oh hey, sell it where I can't watch, looking forward to the guy. Day two, summon farming. That's fair. I am curious to know how much time you're putting in day one. Did you take off this weekend? My intention is to wrap up the acts 1 through 10 tomorrow night. Or, yeah, tomorrow. So we can put that guide out well ahead of league lunch. Oh, my Lord. Now I'm out here identifying every single weapon. I want to be able to say that I'll buy a Mystic Refractor. But I think my league in time is going to put me so far ahead of the curve that that's probably not a realistic purchase. Even if my Chaos Orb count is 6 now. I mean... Oh, come on. Why would I want melee gems on a scepter? Cold damage over time multiplier? That checks out. Why wouldn't that be my drop? You know, it's crazy. In my head, I was thinking, yeah, she's gonna go to bed. Thoughts on Chieftain versus Hero? Just for the pops. If you're trying to play the build as a mapper, Chieftain is the better way to go. Right? But Chieftain's single target damage is... I don't know. I don't want to exaggerate, but it's gotta be, what, a quarter tops? And so my thought on playing it, Chieftain versus Hero, is if I'm going to go for mapping, there's better mappers. If I'm going to go for bossing, then I want to go all the way. Does that make sense? That is true. There's no reason not to put Armor Brand in. I'll give you that. And could be an easier alternative. For instance, I'm using Righteous Fire to help with the early game clear. No reason why you couldn't use an Armageddon Brand. I don't see why not. Last league, I did a Chieftain with the Screams of Defecated. Good lord. The Screams of Desiccated belt with the intention of going full crit. Right? I used the crit belt. And that narrowed the gap on damage pretty substantially. And then gearing just became so much easier. Having the Chieftain converting all of your resist to, or your fire resist to all of your resist while trying to stack Enmity's Embrace just felt amazing. Amazing. These, why are you giving me the worst possible rares, like, ever conceived by humankind? All right, we need to go back though. Right. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't talk shit about it. I think the Chieftain version definitely has its merits. Nice amount of life. And see, here's where I'm struggling with the Righteous Fire. As I continue to scale life, like this helmet's great. Why wouldn't I take this helmet? But I know that that damage doing to myself is going to start hurting. And that feels really bad to be like, oh, well, maybe I should take worse gears that my Righteous Fire is easier to sustain. That'll be a good jewel at league start. I can tell you what I'm looking forward to. It's having a crafting bench in town. Good lord. That's gonna be awesome. Oh. Well, it's locked on subjects anyway. You're right. I have a stone golem sitting here too. Again, won't be an issue once we can put everything in all colors, right? I'm not using vitality because I'm using purity of fire and purity of elements, which are both helping with regen right now because of the fire resist mastery. But yeah, I could also be using it too. We're gonna need to make a filter. I'm having to look way too hard at these weapons. Holy shit. Alright guys, don't do like me. Make sure to keep upgrading your weapons. I completely forgot. We're still using a on the beach weapon. Didn't help at all. Thank you. Another chaos sword. Okay, let's check something. Rejuve totem right now. Rejuve totem has 693 life. Holy Flame has 561. Doing about 24% more damage and climbing. It's not gonna win out. Not yet. It's getting close. How much were Black Zeniths on daily? I spent 10 chaos at and it's in one of my videos, but I believe it was 10 chaos at like 10:30 p.m. So that's 7 hours into the league. They were about 10 C. 8 hours in the league. Wasn't daylight savings time. So I had finished campaign and I was delving. Delving and probably at yellow maps when I bought it. And I bought it and I don't remember what weapon right away. It wasn't Mystic Refractor because I had that in campaign. And Mystic Refractor sucks once you get Black Zenith anyway. That many projectiles will not hit the same enemy unless it's like Maiden or something like that. I don't think it was Singularity. That was expensive. But I switched to something. I'll have to go back and review my notes to make suggestions on damage. Weapons. We do have the opportunity to get another probably very inexpensive early game weapon in that new upgraded unique they dropped that has +2 to level up all skills. We can corrupt our rejuvenation totem to be ball rejuve, and it will give us +2 to levels, just like whatever the scepter is, Darkseer, just without the life on it. So all the offense of a Darkseer, but none of the defense of a Darkseer. Do not, gentlemen, do not expect to pay 10C for this league. We in this community have been flying under the radar on the build for a while, but after Ben did a chieftain for Gauntlet, it's going to have a little bit of popularity. Still not making any tier lists, but it's going to have a little bit of popularity. I know. I feel like I can recommend keeping Righteous Fire right now. Talking about. And the other thing I didn't think about is we could be using whatever the taunting totem is for this too, right? Any of you boys, pox lovers, you understand Righteous Fire. If I increase spell damage, that's not going to work, right? It needs to be elemental. Like, it needs to be a scepter and not a wand. No spell damage applies. Appreciate you. Oh man.
Freedom comes to them. For freedom.
What a horrible position to be in terms of weapons.
Yes? Remember, we do this for freedom.
Think here, please, and thank you.
There is always hope. There is always redemption.
I can hear him talking. I was about to say, are we gonna load in or? Ow. Yeah, I'm still bummed about the Ascendancy nerfs. I feel like Totems took a well undeserved nerf this patch in general.
Come forth, ravenous one. Face the wrath of God.
I think we need to start fixing our tree now. Alright, because we're gonna go up here. Take those points out. The same 10 skills every league. Yeah. I don't even think they make the argument that it's, well, these skills are more efficient and blah, blah, blah. I don't even think that's the case. I just think if you made the damage on other builds feel better, people would play other builds. I hate Katava, by the way, on Flamewood Totem. I will never understand why they decided that multiple projectiles should not work against Katava. Is it totem or project? It's projectiles. Only one projectile works when he hits you. I don't really understand why. Yeah. Two map bosses, right? Worse than the crow phases. You know, the crow phases don't bother me. It's um what's his name? The Karyui dude who sits there and talks for 60 seconds. And again, if it was just the map boss that did that, or it was just the campaign boss who did that, fine. But why is it that one of the best support gems in the game is locked not only behind RNG, but also behind me watching a 60-second cutscene? Yep, that dude. Why? Why are you like this?
Has my faith truly been a lie? My God, and
Remember? Don't think time and tide wait for no man.
the truth of this world comes into focus one tale at a time.
Oh, would I have the percent damage craft by now? Okay.
It is my honor to cleanse it of evil.
That's worth looking at. The only craft that I knew I would have is the fire resist craft. Shout out to Pox. I will craft one in just a minute. Hmm. Where did we leave the dude? Oh, there's four of them. Some back here. Ah, yeah, here. Still not counting down though. Imagine how much better the PoE2 campaign would be if you had access to a real shield charge. Oh, wait, not spell damage. Increase fire damage, right? Tier 1. You live with sprint. Yes, sir. I should guess I would have a second 4 link by now, right? What would be our 4th point? Four sockets. Link sockets. Is burning damage blue also? Or is it red? It's red, right? Should be renewed. Red things.
We've made a trade.
So we just killed everything, so we know for sure we'd have access to these gems.
While you be
Purchase. Burning. Focus. RF. Efficacy. Sweet. Watch this be good. Nope, still not good.
time and tide wait for no man.
I return to exile, humbled and shaken.
All right, where is... Oh, no, we got to go to the mud flats, right? I was getting confused because it was the right enemies, but it's too early. Oh, look, it's Ayla. Yeah, graft an arm to my head. Into that kinky type of shit.
Nobody has survived my gift. Now, test your new power. Wield the flame against that wall.
The world crumbles. I must gather the pieces. My mana is spent.
Ooh, an orb of binding. Those are gonna be so good. Oh, don't have to worry about colors. Instant 4 link. Thanks. Did we already kill the chick? No. I know she's at one of these houses, though. Did I? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. It's a pretty big house. Wasn't that one, though. There's some breach bullshit. There she is. I was wrong. This is when we restructure the tree. Oh shit, guys, we fucked it all the way up. What level are we now? 47. I think we finished that last act at 44. 3.29. If it ever loads. $40. What do I take? We took these. That's 44. And religiously say, or realistically say that we'll have 2 4 links at that point. Wave of Conviction, Shield Charge, Flammability, Still at the Purities, Frostblink. Okay. Oh wait, no, that was Act... This is Act 5. I don't think I'm making any skill differences anymore. I think we're pretty much locked into what we're going to be locked into on skills. On the tree. Act 6, we will take 1, 2. 1, 2. Take these out. Did Holy Flame... There were some people who made some pretty good in-game versions of Holy Flame Totem. It can get some respectable damage. But it becomes a style thing, really. At no point did Holy Flame Totem feel better than Stormburst. So, there's that. Is this 47? Aren't at 47 now? Okay, so I took something that this doesn't have. Or I've missed the skill. We've missed a skill point, haven't we? Can't do slash passives yet. Well, I think we missed something. Actually, we haven't missed anything. We haven't gone back to town to turn in the boss quests that we're about to get right now. We're fine. So this is the boss that makes us have to use Holy Flame Totem still. Because fuck this boss. The first league where I league started this build and got here, it was like, bro, what do I do? Because there was no way to deal with these little flaming head things. And like, even with your pitiful Holy Flame Totem damage on them, they still take forever to die. Meanwhile, Tukahama's trying to throat fuck you while you're standing there. Okay, one more. So my official build recommendation is going to be to switch to... Oh, don't you die on me. What are you doing? Switch to Reju Totem after this fight. So he's down. Reju... HFT. Yeah. Take whatever you offered us.
In a clash of gods.
If you go down there, you get free tattoos. Go down where? Like back this way? On this little pagoda. I've never known that before. Oh, I've never seen this before. Is this one of the things they added last league? Nice. And I'm encased in jade. So it's cool. Good call. Notes. What was this? Act 6. Note from Tritech. Exit south after killing Tukohama for a chance at a decent tattoo. After killing Tukohama, switch from HFT to because this totem call. Rejuvenation totem. Yep, saw that coming a mile away. Yeah, can you imagine just getting a totem life tattoo? Do we think it's realistic for me to say that we bought a Mystic Refractor? It's not even about expense. I think it's about um, availability. Like, who am I going to buy it from? This point will be about 3 hours into the league. So I'm not a speed racer, you know, but I'm not exactly slow either. But maybe it's not unrealistic if we get a bad rolled one. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. If everyone and their mom playing Winter Orb is going to want one, it's not going to be realistic then. All right. So
Evil has returned to this place of death.
it's blowing my mind that we're still realistically surviving with Righteous Fire. I thought we'd be done with it by now. Oh no. Excellently. And it put those where they're supposed to go. No other way to get. Oh. Hmm. The reason I'm thinking about this, yes, and not a bot. This Mystic Refractor, even if it only gives us +2 proj, it's a level 34. But even at only +2 proj, it means we don't have to use multi-proj support. So instead of having 12% less damage, we can put another damage. At least you don't need Rollicash, that's true. Well, it's going to be like a 50% damage turnaround. Plus projectile damage and projectile speed. Oh, up on standard. I was like, hey, quick question. What the fuck are these prices? Economy. Unique. Unique weapons. Oh, this is definitely PoE 2. Try that again. Unique weapons. Mystic Refractor. Hey, what is this bullshit? Okay, 20C. And they're going up because people are buying them to practice with. Right? Okay, so in Mirage, day 1, they were about 7C. Dropping down to 1C on day 2. Staying there till day 5. So this is just them matching inflation. We could make that work. Our first expenditure is going to be Mystic Refractor. And the reason I'm pushing this 3 div on start. No. No, no, no.
Sold something while you were gone.
What it means. This is gonna seem really whack of me, but I don't even know what other gem I'm supposed to put here. Elemental Focus? Probably. Wouldn't be Combustion. Don't want it to be the crit one because then I'll never have it. Yeah, let's go with Focus. Elemental Focus. Are you shitting me? There we go. I'm gonna go back to Holy Flame Totem so that I have some consistent damage. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. Can also add in Searing Bond instead of Flame Totem. 4-link Rejuve. 2 to 3 Searing Bond. And so what I was thinking is, and I've got all of them equipped right now. Rejuvenation Totem is 1100 life. So that's doing the most damage. But Searing Bond is only 783. But it deals another 2500 damage per second. Holy Flame Totem is 938. It's more life. Each hit, I don't know. This might be better. This was one of the reasons why I was pushing the cast or Mystic Refractor, right? Let's look. Because the reason Holy Flame Totem looked like it wasn't doing any damage is because of the less damage links. But it itself doesn't actually do bad damage. Multiple totem support is good as soon as come on, hit the totems. What are you doing? As soon as we have the second ascendancy, and so we're getting damage per totem and offsetting the negative of multiple totem, then yeah, it's good. What's up, Arjun? Long time no see. Wojo, welcome in. Welcome back. Okay, guys. You're right. Do not want to be disingenuous about the build. Righteous Fire was starting to feel a little bit less comfy than I wanted it to be. Like, we were sustaining it, but anytime we got hit by anything, it felt bad. Not draining our life. How much regen is Vitality even giving right now? 65? And Stone Golem. Do I not have it socketed anywhere? Oh, we got the gem. What do we do with it? Oh, cool. Stone Golem's only 36. What would it be if I had it leveled? I guess the real question. Golems are Act 4?
What can we do for you?
I would give another 50. Why not? What do you mean a website for cluster jewels? Yeah, skip the trial. Oh, it tells you where they'll be. I see. That is interesting. I've always just put them in POB. I also did not know there was a website for it. Oh. Fuck. Thank you. I didn't realize they were off. Please stop with the bleed stacks. Ow. I think we should change one more time. I think. Ouch. That hurt a lot. I didn't enjoy that at all. Righteous Fire plus Reju Totem. That's gonna be the golden ticket.
Not you! For my life and my work, I shall not suffer this humiliation again!
Kind of blows without the multiple projectiles. Like, has to have it.
Let me beautify you!
Oh, okay. How did clicking on the portal result in me dead? I cannot wait
I've got some wealth for you.
for the socket colors issue.
I'll need to be lighter on my feet to use this.
The relief is already being felt. Oh, that's so much better. Holy shit. That's not better. Dare I look at our other resistances, boys? All right, before I click over, what do you guys think we have for lightning res? Give it at least one tap, I guess. $35. So we would be at negative 30 without anything, right? So I'm gonna guess 10.
Our final crusade sees its first
Lightning 24. So you were much closer. Cold at 30. 18. Yeah. 24 it was. Right. I keep having to remind myself that this is testing. Because every time I go back to change the socket color, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so time inefficient. Tai Killer would be so ashamed of me. And then I'm like, dude, we're doing this so that we are time efficient on Friday. Oh my god, a unique ring. Are we rich? puncture or acupuncture, something like that. Finish your atlas on day 3.
Had you not barred the way the first time, Piety, things might have turned out differently.
Back in the day, I would religiously take the lunch weekends off. But in my advanced age, I'm lucky if I get the Friday off. Actually, I can't even say that. That's not the issue. The issue is, back in the day, we only had 4 league lunches a year. Now between Path 1 and 2, I've got to be a little bit more strategic about my vacation time. That's really what it is. And so while I prefer Path 1 to Path 2, and so I would normally take off for a Path 1 lunch and not 2, I'm going to save a little time for 1.0. Isn't there another boss here? No. It's in the next one. I'm scared I missed it. Yeah, I definitely missed it. Is it not at the Riverways? What that other boss is? Wait. Wait, hold that thought. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I did miss it. I'll probably finish campaign on day 1. I don't think my body's gonna let me go to sleep if I'm not in the delve already. Then I have to work the next day. Then when I get off, probably yellow maps, delve, whatever. Yeah, actually. Wow, that was good damage from both of us. Me and him. Case of Roslata. Who apparently never attacks. What are you doing? Okay. We know that we have negative 30 resist. Should probably keep that in mind when running straight at him. Knowing that he does all chaos damage. Strength, life, block. Eh. Eh.
Yes, remember.
Okay. I don't want to get too far away before we forget all of our notes. I don't remember. Take flammability, buy purities, take ancestral bond. Act 4. Five. Things remain the same. Which act was it that we took the golem? Act 4, take stone golem to keep ahead of RF. Degen. Take Hardy. Look for Mystic Refractor if the war crowd hasn't swallowed them all. Elemental focus. Need any other big changes here? Don't believe so. look, another 4-link. What do we want? Oh, I don't know why I'm asking. We know what we want. We don't want energy shield. Just take the armor.
Another. Farewell. Who the hell?
I think I missed that new. Avoid energy shield on armor basics. This makes it says I'm an Act 7. I'm definitely not an Act 7. I still believe we should check out the taunting totem, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Just a second, guys. Alright, I'm back. What were we talking about? Decoy totem. In standard? Oh, I forgot the league ended. I was like, why can't I find whatchamacallit? League's over. Job's done. Corrupted, no. What I want to check is, will Decoy Totem feel better? I don't think this guy has enough gems. He should get a couple more.
Check in with me when you have a moment.
And it's regrets that reset it, right?
Hello, hello.
Remember when we could level our character down? Boy, those were good times.
More wealth is always a good thing.
They have the same life, I believe. Rejuve is 1122. Oh, Decoy is actually higher at 1441, or they say level 12, level 13. Huh. Decoy's even higher. Alright. Thing about Decoy is you only get one of them. They have a cooldown. But they do ensure that the enemies are actually hitting them as you run by. Bosses, however, still cannot be taunted, so don't get too happy.
Divine King, his time has almost come.
Please go around. I beg of you. Nope. It would be nice to be curse immune. Temp chains. Oh, and again, keep turning our auras off. Which is crazy to think. We're sustaining Righteous Fire without Purity of Elements and Purity of Fire on. What is that? 30, 56 regen and max fire res at the same time. I will take an Orb of Regret. Thank you for offering. Okay. No checkpoints in PO2. That's right. It'll just take 12 hours to get back over there. Could also have an automation still scan on right now. That wouldn't hurt. Those hurt. Just a little bit. You know what would be super cool? Is if they put like a sacrifice support in where you could sacrifice 10% of your life to bypass a cooldown. Then we could just spam taunting totems. That'd be pretty busted. I'm gonna have to take a second and look at the old tree, because now I don't remember where I was going. 3.28. We level the fresher build. This is Act 10. Act 6. Oh, that's right. It's a chieftain. Day 3. Classless start. Classless start. Day 1 goals. That should be it. So we went up. We took out this fire stuff. Put in this fire stuff. It's kind of hard to believe. Let's say we did. But we're stretching up here. Getting these. Arcane Surge nodes, which we'll need soon for Arcane Blessing. Life. Life, life, life. Life, life, life. And block. Okay. What did we take mind over matter for? Oh, boys. I'm not gonna lie, I had forgotten. Why did we take mind over matter? I don't have Eldritch Battery. Was I sustaining? Was I casting with just this? What are we casting? It costs 85 mana. I might have been casting with just this. That does make any sense, actually. Now, once we have a Foulborn with Eldritch Battery, that makes perfect sense. But right now, that's not making any sense to me. But we weren't using Life Tap. We were casting with mana. It's crazy when you have to relearn your own build. That is a wild position to be in.
Lord of Light, hold back the sea, so that I may
I
see
got into the use of Life Tap because of the imbued gems, because I was able to put Life Tap on everything. My brain just remembers that as being the way it's always been played, but that's not true. We were using Eldritch Battery.
must have time to gather the
That is more or less a requirement. So we're reserving 100% of our mana, using Eldritch Battery. Part of that reservation is going to Discipline, right? Alright, I remember now. Okay. Okay. Alright. Don't mind me. Just getting one shot at 1500 life. It's like an in-game life total for PoE 2, by the way. So we made it to the bridge encampment. Make sure I'm not missing any skill points. Because I felt like I skipped one. I got this guy in the wetlands. We got Aberoth too. Yeah, we did. Okay. So we actually are all caught up. Alright, guys. Tomorrow we will finish out the last few acts. And I will see if we need to change the progression at all. I need to go back and remind myself what this was like before, when we were still using Eldritch Battery as a core. Oh, but I don't want to go all the way back. I damn sure don't want to remember which one of these we were doing. Enmity Work 3. 300 mil? Seems realistic. Dark Seer. Eldritch Battery. Okay. Yeah, we were definitely stretching. 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 skill points if we're coming to this fire anyway. Alright, here we go. Hierophant leveling tree. So Act 1, still the same. Act 2, RF switch. So on this one, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a lot of skill points. But I stretched to this one first. Oh, I see I did the rush. I didn't take the damage notes. I don't know if that's effective. 12, 22, 32. That 42% increased damage makes Act 1 feel way more reasonable. And then in my Act 4 in 3.27, I ran to Eldritch Battery. Got it. Then I did some respecking. Okay, this is similar to the respec I did now. Run to Eldritch Battery. This is why I couldn't sustain Righteous Fire. Okay, so in 3.27, I stopped using Righteous Fire in Act 4. And the reason being, I started using Eldritch Battery to cast my spells, which meant that I was actually having Energy Shield. I took Discipline to have enough Energy Shield to cast my spells. And I ran to Eldritch Battery instead of running down here to regen nodes. I don't think I'm going to recommend this. We're going to keep going the way we're going. Reason being, running through with Righteous Fire in the campaign just feels infinitely better than this bullshit. This is if the goal was to do everything with the totems. Oh, also I realized my camera's frozen. That's cool. This is if the goal was to do everything with the totems, and that is not the way we're playing it. The goal is to get to the end of the game as fast as possible, and I believe the way to do that is Righteous Fire. Yeah. Now, that said, I need to see if this RF switch is better than the way we were doing it. And I don't think it is. Right, because in Act 1, we've taken substantially more damage. In Act 2, we make the RF switch, but you're ready for RF well before you get it. The other one, we cut this damage, cut this dex, cut this damage, cut all of this damage in order to be able to rush here faster. This is definitely better. Yeah, isoprop. Regen. Okay, so were there any other notes for Act 6? When do we get that crafting bench, man? Ooh, there's a lot of mods in here. Dread Thicket. Okay, so Solaris level 2 is where we get increased fire damage. And that's what, Act 3? Oh, it's not bad. It is not bad. Thanks for thanks for the follow, Critical Error. I was in red maps on night 1. Thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate you. I was in red maps on night. Of course, I don't have it. Oh, and the league's over. So I can't even see. Okay, well, the nameless seer. Now, is that his name? No, the King of the Mist. The King of the Mist is what we need for the alternate ascendancy, the bloodline ascendancy. He's way up here in red maps. I don't have the Atlas revealed because we're in standard and I don't play standard. But I completed this on the first night because I wanted my third ring. So I'd say general mapping is fine. And in terms of progression, in terms of the bosses, you're going to one-shot bosses on the first night. Like the most annoying pinnacle boss or in-game boss or whatever you want to call him, map progression boss, is the Elder. His phase where he's doing no damage is a pain in the ass. But since 2 Voidstone is the quote-unquote good progression endpoint, that's not even included. Act 3. Do not forget, unlock the increased fire damage craft in Solaris level 2. This will be enough damage until late. Who are we attributing that to? I think that was Tritech. It was also Tritech. Yeah, that's Tritech. I haven't taken a look at Jorgen's build. Last league, Jorgen played a chieftain, and we had a couple of conversations about why the Templar is better. It's my understanding he's playing a Hierophant this time, so I would imagine that it's similar to my build, yeah. That's good. That's, I guess we can... Oh, 20 move speed. That's nice. Open suffix. Yeah. Is that an upgrade? It's actually not even an upgrade, though. Oops. Not an upgrade. This would be an upgrade. Though not much of one. Strength. Dual res. Oh! Well, we like that. You disliked Retaliate? Um, it's similar to Retaliate in the sense that something has to hit you to deal damage. It's different than Retaliate, and that there's not a cooldown on that damage being dealt, right? But I actually went the opposite way. I put this build together in 3.24. Spent a lot of time testing, playing around with different ideas, blah, blah, blah. And 3.25, my second build, was a Retaliate build. And that was the big thing that was different. My complaint about Retaliate is that it has standard scaling. The thing that makes this build so strong is the damage coming from Totem Life means that you can scale all of your defenses and your offenses from a different place. So for yeah, I played I actually made another one last league. I don't know why I'm saying it was just 3.24. I played Divine Retribution. Not because it was good. Definitely not because it was great. But because it's absolute eye cancer. I think I called the first one eye cancer. But it really depends on the content you want to do, right? Retaliate and mapping just feels awful. I get that. Retaliate and delve feels fine. Retaliate and ultimatum feels fine. Retaliate and simulacrum feels fine. Right. In fact, I actually think there's a version of this build that might work with the new Scion. I'm just not sure it'll outscale the Hierophant. The Hierophant does so much damage. And when Jorgen and I were talking, or well, it's not that we were talking, we were playing different builds because he was playing it on a Chieftain. It's clear is better because of that explode node. Um, but Hierophant has so much scaling. You've got the Arcane. Well, you scale based on number of totems because of Ritual Awakening. Then your Arcane Surge is buffed based on the number of totems from the hidden passive node on the tree. There's no way we're out of portal scrolls. What an amateur. Oh, God. Okay. So Arcane Surge is giving more damage, more totems is giving more damage, more totems is giving more Arcane Surge effect, which is giving more damage. It's just very synergistic. Yeah, and I appreciate it. Build guides should be out on YouTube Wednesday at the latest, but I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow. I want to give people a chance to watch all the way through it. I guess Wednesday still does. I keep forgetting. The league starts on Friday, not Thursday, unlike the Fresh event. So the Sanctum.
A veil of lies and dreams draws itself over my sight.
Ow. I was gonna say, are we actually getting to the point where we're not sustaining, but I think we're okay still. We are gonna get there though. I do not see a world where we end campaign and are still using Righteous Fire. I'd love to, but I don't see anything on the tree that's going to help us sustain it enough for all that. What is this shit? Oh, it's way over there. I see it now. Buddy, that's not how taunt works. Hit the thing. So I was looking, honestly, right before you got here. This is my first league playing Righteous Fire this deep. What I was doing before is in Act 3-ish. I was taking Eldritch Battery, so I didn't have to worry about mana costs anymore. But the moment I started investing in Energy Shield, we can't sustain Righteous Fire. And so this time, I'm making a note to avoid Energy Shield like the plague on all gear. And I'm trying to sustain Righteous Fire as long as possible because, I mean, let's just be honest. What progression feels better than Righteous Fire? Yeah, I delved straight out of campaign. So what I'm doing when I hit in game is going into Delve, then progressing my Atlas when I have to come out to get Delve Juice. And on the first day, day and a half, 2 days, depending on your playtime, of course, dad gamers and all that, your Delve depth is actually going to stay ahead of your map pool. I was dropping red maps before I was in red maps. And then I kind of flipped the script just a little bit and pushed maps exclusively so that I could get to the whatever his name is, King in the Mist, so I can get the alternate ascendancy. The third ring slot is huge. And I was already playing like that before Screams of Desiccated, but the the new belts last league were a massive buff to that playstyle. I'll still play like that without the flask this league, even though there's not Screams. Yeah, I've done all carries. Early on, like the first couple of alls I get, I will all taxi and leave the people to fend for themselves. But at that point in the league, you're usually only doing alls for, your power gamers. They don't really have a problem killing it themselves. As it gets later, and really what it is when my damage crosses about 20 million, which can happen on day 2, day 3, I will carry one person at a time. I don't have a good, accurate breakpoint of when you can start carrying multiple people. At some point, it just felt okay to do so, if that makes sense. Okay, what did we decide we were gonna do? Flamewood, leveling tree. In this Act 7, I think we should still move towards these points. Yeah, I think we should still move towards those points. Yeah, they're extra currency all league. You're charging like 2 divine per person. And when you do the taxi version, which is where you just take them down there and they kill the boss themselves, you can get them to the boss fight and leave their party. And you don't complete it. So then you can join up with someone else, get them to the place, leave when they go into the boss fight, and repeat this. So unless they've patched that out, one early all at like the minimum all depth of like 125 or whatever it is, if you can find one there, he will make you so much money because he's easy enough for other people to do it. And you can keep your progression going. So like if you're sitting on TFT or whatever channel it is where people ask for carries, you can be delving deeper than that. And then when someone wants a taxi, you just go back up and give them the taxi run. Yeah, all is a boss, all the Crystal King. His drops are ass, but he's one of the bloodline ascendancies and one of the most popular ones. What is all give? Is this all? Yeah. He's the one who gives you empty boots, your action speed can't be modified, empty gloves, no crit damage. And then he gives you a couple of charge-related aura things. He's one of the most popular ones. For our build, we use this one, Nameless Seer. Where is it? Brother. Oh, wait, that's the wrong dude. No wonder. This one. We use this. Is that not the same picture? It is. Okay, I'm not tripping. It's not my fault. We take Flash or Disabled and take an extra ring slot. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the idea of Crown being back up. In Mercenary League, it was a 30 div drop every time you got one. Scrolling back up to what you said earlier, critical, yeah. Shield charge your way to the boss. Murder the boss because you'll one-shot him. go to the next map. The one thing about this Righteous Fire progression, it feels great because of the speed, but I feel so squishy. Like, what is the degen on this right now? 90% of your maximum life. Fire resist is 76. Let's do some quick maths, shall we? So we are degenning for 313, and we are regenning for 470. So we're still net positive, but it doesn't feel fantastic. When you don't have Righteous Fire, you're just regenning for a third of your life every second. That feels pretty good. It feels like if you don't get one shot, you don't die. You'd have to rejoin the party and taxi them again. So there's a bit of RNG in it. The best ones are the ones where it's a very short distance from your last node, so it does not take a long walk at all. And then it has no mods, which the early ones seldom have mods on them. That's something that happens as you get deeper. And then the higher the better. The easier it is to kill, the better. Like a depth 125 all is like a T16 map boss. He just has phases. But yeah, Mercenaries they're going to return profitability to Delve. The same profitability that we're losing. That boss is much more common than the one who gives Doriani's Machinarium. But when Doriani's is a challenge, that map is a challenge for you. I mean, that map was worth 30 to 50 div, depending on the time of the league. The later the league got, the more expensive it got. So being able to get a single drop out of Delve worth a quarter of a Mage Blood, kind of nice. Kind of nice. On an easy boss, kind of nice. So it'll be sad to see that go. I would almost argue that Delve needs a super expensive unique put back in it. Like all the other side content has. Like, yeah, sure, they nerfed Sanctum. I get that. As a former Sanctum lover, nerfing Sanctum was ass. But even the nerf Sanctum could still drop the last flame. No. No, wait. That's not right. The last flame is in Path 2. What is it? Original scripture? The original scripture for original sin. So even Nerf Sanctum can drop a mirror on the floor, more or less. Well, a Mage Blood on the floor, more or less. Heist has the amulets, the amulet bases. Delve needs something that's a chase, and Doriani's Machinarium was that, even if it was forced, just because it was for completion. think I zigged when I should have zagged. Yeah.
Must have time to gather more. I have seen this place in my visions of doom.
Hmm. Ow. Fuck. Okay, so here's another consideration to make. I've died more in this campaign run trying to sustain Righteous Fire flybys on monsters than I typically die by the end game. It's not because we're actually squishier, we just don't have the regen that we're used to. So I think I'm going to recommend Righteous Fire through the end of this act. At the beginning of the next act, we do a new lab, right? Yeah, we did our first simulacrum on, oh my god, on the second day, but not because that was as soon as we could do it. That's when someone asked on stream if we could do it. And we're like, let's try it. We finished it. We didn't get deep rewards or anything. We weren't rocking nines, but we definitely finished it. Yeah, what is that? Oh, ultimatum.
Approach, challenger.
They could be. Yeah, we might be up here. Let's put. There's vitality in. The problem is I need more. What's this called? Reservation efficiency? Like, I keep vitality on me, I just don't have it on. I can't afford to cast. Whatchamacallit with it. Activated. Flammability. What I was going to say is I'm going to recommend Righteous Fire through the end of Act 7. As soon as we start Act 8, we're going to drop it, go pure totem damage. Because by then we'll have the second ascendancy, totems deal more damage based on Arcane Surge effect. It'll just feel great. Another 4-socket. I don't want that. You can hold that. That's right. Who's a good RF? It is definitely a little one. Is that anger? Anger? No, not anger. Purity of fire, purity of elements. And we're using them for this. Regenerate 1 life for uncapped. So between the two of them, it's 59 res, or 59 fire resistance, which is 59 regen. About half of a vitality. So I guess we could drop a purity of fire, because vitality is better. If I had to choose between one or the other. Right? That's a good point. 2, 4, 7 mana left, or wait a minute, am I tripping? 2, 8, 2? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. Without Purity of Fire, this is 620. Without Vitality, it's 542. Okay, so Vitality's better than Purity of Fire. With them both, it's 660. Boy, this room's gonna humble us. The first time we die, I will not turn Righteous Fire back on. This little flicker striking spiders could be the death of us. Isn't that nice? What's up, Goat Snacks? I don't think that would be edging. Like, I think that would actually be fine. Giving up, well, he'd be giving up 250 life for the regen. If you had to make the choice, it's probably worth it. What I could do is just keep them both on, and instead of arrogance on vitality, I just put life tap on flammability. Problem solved. And that will be much easier to do once I don't have to worry about socket colors. Matter of fact, that's a good That's a good point. 329 Flamewood practice notes. Take vitality. Act 2, we're still using vitality. But purity of elements, purity. Pox life taps everything. Yeah. Yeah, we should be life tapping. What I forgot, Goat Snacks, was last league we were Eldritch battering. Should we do it? Well. Fuck it. Wait, where are the stone circles? There. You can't Eldritch Battery and I do not want a shade chasing me. Hey, y'all don't see these toting ass taunting totems? Leave me alone. We cannot Eldritch. Aww, what the fuck? We cannot Eldritch Battery and. Oh, that's the wrong way. Righteous Fire at the same time. Had to make a choice. And we definitely would have finished that ultimatum if we didn't have Righteous Fire on. So yeah, I will not be recommending RF after Act 7, for sure. I'm still gonna try it in Act 8 and see how it feels. But I'm not recommending it, goddammit. RF of Arcane Devotion. That's right. I'll just have that handily available. Does it? Its damage is based on your mana too, though, right? I know its burn is based on your mana, but isn't its God damn. Isn't its damage based on your mana too? Or am I tripping about that? You don't know what it does. Okay. Also fair. Oh, of course they're fire and ignite resistant. Bro, flicker striking spiders are literal nightmare fuel, and I don't know why someone thought it was a good idea. Because why did they do that much damage? Yeah, both are bad. And now for my second least favorite boss with Flamewood. This one, who magically disables all of your extra projectiles just because it's a fun thing to do. You think I should put that on the bug report form? I should, right? There's nothing that says these bosses disable extra proj. Oh, hey, don't stand in the purple bullshit. At this point, we are at 11 chaos in the campaign. Sigh. I remember when that would have been enough to afford a Mystic Refractor. Oh, boys. I know why our region is low. This is the most one-headed play you're ever going to hear in your life. Um, we're not using rejuvenation totals. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We're just not going to talk about that. So for today's stream, we're going to end on second lab.
New corruption's this.
Let's go knock this out.
The goddess is watching.
I really shouldn't have Branch's Fire on in here. Good thing we get the opportunity to turn it off after every room. No, it's gonna make me go through all that bullshit, isn't it?
Must have time to gather.
Rooms don't feel nearly as bad when all of your regen is up.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the path. The essence of an empire must be shared equally amongst all its citizens. Honor your name.
Sorry, we have questions. Are you purposely ignoring hitting anything?
Inexhaustible. The sovereign leech leaves but a husk for its descendants.
Something I don't remember. Do gem cutter prisms and this one give 5% quality each? Or are they 1 still? And that's only in 2 where they do that. Just 1? Ouch. Brutal. Heard that sometimes too. 20% quality on the totem is more life, so I was hoping. It's 20% more life is 20% more damage. What a quality that is. Oh, I didn't even think of that. It's going to be a huge damage buff in 3.29, isn't it? As long as we get it in the right color socket, we're in there. 10% more damage. I'm assuming they're giving 10% quality.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. The emperor beckons to entertain and the world is to balance its death. Show me your resolve.
Oh, hey man, you're phased. Why are you still hitting me? Buddy, your life is literally golden right now. Be hilarious. It's still 20 max. Temper's just part of that.
If the forest is dry,
Yeah, things go fast to him. Said yes, sir. As it turns out, Ashes of the Stars exists. And one of the whole damage scaling vectors of this build is quality stacking on Searing Bond Totems. So. Sure. Your pet escaped. Friend, what does that mean? What type of pet are we talking?
an aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must keep. Empire awaits you with open jaws.
That's not good. Have you found it?
Receive your sentence.
Would be neat if I feel like he's not taking any damage. It's weird. Oh, I guess none of them are hitting him. Hitting all these fuck ass skeletons everywhere. Oh, okay, he's so numb. Alright. Important information. I have not had a dog of my own in a very, very long time. The last one I had was a chocolate lab. And if she escaped the house, like the backyard, if she was out there, you could just walk to the front yard and she'd be sitting by the front door waiting for you to let her back in because she was not about that life. $3 million EXP, same color. What do we want to put? Always blue, right? Ah, frost. Okay. Ritual of Awakening. Hell no. Definitely Arcane Blessing. It's 20% more spell damage. And we'll take this, which would be 4, 8. So it'll be 28% more spell damage. Nice. All right, boys and girls. This is where we are going to end it for today. Let's see, what notes do we have? Partial. That is not how you spell partial. We'll fix that. Exit south after killing 2 Kahama for a chance at a decent tattoo. Act 7. Oh, what the fuck? Uh, I think the build is great. I'd say yes. I'd say it's a great build. If your goal is early bossing, early simulacrums, early ultimatum, or early delve, yes, this is in fact a great build. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we're gonna take Arcane Blessing. Take Arcane. Well, the clear is much better than totems alone. By this point, it is eating up 70% of our region, leaving us vulnerable. Use at your own risk. Do we make any other changes gems wise? No. No. Same 4 links, flammability. Oh, we need the life link everything, right? Begin life linking gems to allow access as your auras will eat all everything. So I will need to redo our skill links, but I can do that offline. Arcane Blessing at second lab. Okay. Alright guys, so I am going to call the end. I've got to be an adult tomorrow or whatever. Pay bills or whatever the hell. But tomorrow we will finish Acts 7 through 10. Finish this. Publish this. Publish Mobalytics. Possibly publish the YouTube guide that goes with it. I'm gonna have to do some editing. I want to show us doing all the boss kills. The only one I don't have is Act 4 because I couldn't sleep one morning, so I got up and did it off stream. Probably should have done that. No, Act 3. I didn't do Act 3 on stream. All the other ones I did today. So, okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out, both YouTube and Twitch. Don't forget to leave a like on YouTube. That is such a weird thing to say on a live video, but here we are. And I will see you guys on the next one. And please do not forget.
Make the totems do the work.